What's going on, everybody? My name is Austin Ariel. Welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, welcome to the channel. If you're already subscribed, then thank you for the support. Today I've got a rare vehicle, not only in production numbers but in options. So today we're going over the Bronco, but we're going over the big Bronco. So this is the Mac Daddy Bronco that everybody wants, and this one does have the bigger V6 motor. So today I'm going to walk you through this Bronco, and I'm going to show you guys what you get for the money, and I'll go over the price tag of this specific one in just a second. Now, before I get to the video, I do want to thank you guys for any support that you do show, because I really appreciate it. But again, a huge thank you to Lithia Springs Ford here in Lithia Springs, Georgia. They have treated me like royalty ever since I reached out to them, because they actually had one of these. And I specifically mean this specific Bronco because it does have the bigger V6, which I wanted to actually get my hands on. So because of them, I'm able to do this video. So I'm gonna link them in the description below, and I'm gonna actually link this specific unit. Even though you can't actually buy this specific one just yet, it's one of their mannequin models. It will be for sale very soon, shortly. So in saying that, I'm gonna link them below, and definitely give them a call if you want a Bronco. So, or any car for that matter. Shoot, I'm looking at their lot, and even with this computer chip shortage, they've got quite an inventory of trucks. I'm seeing cars, EcoSports or EcoSports, depending on how you want to pronounce it. I mean, a Ford Edge. I mean, they've got some inventory, which almost no other dealership can say right now. So in saying that, check them out. I'll link them down below. Let's get to the review. So the first thing I want to start off with is the front end. As you guys know, this Bronco has retro styling. That is the biggest thing with this new Bronco, and that's what people love about it. It looks like the old, 70s, 60s style Bronco, and they brought it back, and it looks fantastic. So up front, you're going to have full LED headlights. You've got an LED running light. So you're going to have the running light and an LED turn signal. Bronco in white letters all the way across the front. And let me tell you, there's a lot of Bronco badges on this car. There's only one Ford badge that I can see outside of the small badges you get in all the individual parts. But nonetheless, this car is badged purely as a Bronco, and I think it was a smart decision because Ford knows their branding and they know people love the Bronco. Now, up front, this is an optional bumper. This is their modular bumper, and what that means is you see all these individual screws which say Bronco on it, so the attention to detail is fantastic. But you can actually take off individual pieces of the bumper to allow for more clearance for these gigantic tires. Okay, I think that's super smart. I know Jeep integrated it into their Wrangler, but this looks fantastic. And the fact that it actually says Bronco on the actual bolts, consider me sold. Now, this one is a Wild Tracks with a Sasquatch package. So in that, you're gonna see you got this huge black gloss surround on the grille. Surrounds the headlights, the reflector here, but it's also all the way across the grille. I think it looks really nice. I love the contrast that it gives on this cactus gray color, and yes, that is the name of this color. Probably one of my favorites, that or Area 51, I can't decide. But let me know what you guys think in the comments, but I love this color. Up front, you also are gonna have these tow hooks right here, so if you gotta pull somebody out, and I say pull somebody out because I don't know if you're really gonna get stuck in a Bronco, ever. Underneath here, it's going to be kind of hard to see, but you do have a full skid plate underneath here that actually is attached to this modular bumper. So this whole bumper area, you can really modulate it. Funny how they did that. In the middle here, you are going to see you got the radar cruise control brick, because you do have radar cruise control in this Bronco. So this one's actually a pretty loaded out model. So I'm excited to show you some of the different features there. So overall, it's a really clean look. In the back of the big Bronco, I do want to show you this angle specifically, and the reason why I want to is because you have the actual Bronco, the horse, on the back here. The other side, it does have the Ford badge, but the Bronco badge is what everybody wants to see, right? So in the back here, you get your full LED brake lights, running lights, indicators, styled, again, retro styling. You have that styled against the old Broncos, which is really nice. You've got your fifth wheel here matched to all the other four, which is really nice. Look at how big this tire is. This thing is huge. But overall, really, really cool. Now, back here, you do have this really durable material back here. I want to call it plastic, but it might not be, so don't quote me on that. You have integrated parking sensors, which is nice. And then you do have these huge fender flares that come with the Wild Track option. And the cool thing about these fender flares are that they're actually removable, again, if you want more clearance for these gigantic 35-inch wheels. How cool is that? They just think of everything. So if you want to go dune riding, you can. If you want to go rock crawling in this thing, you absolutely can. That is the beauty of the Bronco. I want to make note to point out the backup camera is integrated in this middle spoke that goes in the actual center of the wheel. Also, the third brake light is top mounted, which is really cool. So just make note of that if you're going to look at the Bronco. Also, you got keyless entry on the car. You can see, and boom. You can open up the tailgate, or as they like to call it, the swing gate. And it does have a hydraulic strut here, so that way it doesn't swing open and hurt you. When you actually get into the trunk area of the Bronco, you are going to see this. So this is the cover. So when you have a hard top, this is where you can store it. It's got its own cover. You can latch it to the back of the seat, which is really nice. You see you've got a sizable amount of space. Underneath here, you're going to notice you got your jack and then some more storage underneath there as well. You have these tie down points, which is really neat. And then you do have LED lighting. And look at that, another Bronco badge. 12-volt power outlet, spring loaded, which is nice. It's just a really, really utilitarian vibe back here. And that's exactly what you want in a vehicle like this. Now in the back, look at this. You've got accessory ready because you can put a table back here, amongst so many other things. I'm gonna go over a lot of the accessory ready points on this thing. But how cool is this rear area on the Bronco? For those who are also wondering, there's the Ford badge right there. Probably the only Ford badge I could actually find. In the back of the Bronco, you're gonna notice some interesting things. Specific to this one, the rear seats are actually leather, the front are cloth. The reason being is because this is a mannequin model, so they want to show both interior options. It's really cool. In the back here, you're going to notice that all the materials are durable materials. So you'll have these rubberized panels, you'll have this textured kind of plastic that feels really nice. I don't even know what material to call it. It feels like bed liner, honestly, but it's really nice. Metal for the door handles, texture here on the actual door pull itself, more of this rubberized leatherette material, nets in the back. And then you can see you got lift, so when you want to take the doors off, you can do so. And because the doors can come off, you'll notice that the window switches are actually in the middle, which is pretty sweet. You got a fast charge USB down here, and then you will have a household style plug down there. Now also, don't step on this, as it says. But overall, it's a really clean look, and I love the open airy top, which is cool. There's no bar in the middle, but you do have airbags lined all across the top, and the side impact airbags are actually in the side of the seat. As you can see, they denote there, and you have your oh crap handle here. Again, I don't know what material this is, but it feels like bed liner, but it's a really, really hard plasticky material that feels really nice, really durable. Really, really cool. In the front of the Bronco, you're gonna see quite a few things up here. So there's a lot to go over. So for one, I wanna talk about all the Bronco badges. So you got Bronco. If you see in the cloth seats, the horse, which is a Bronco. It's really cool. You got the goat mode badge, you got the Bronco badge here, Bronco badge on the steering wheel, Ford badge here, which is nice. Sorry if you hear the AC, I had it on full blast. I'm actually gonna turn that down really quick. There we go. Fan speed down. In the middle here, you're gonna notice the 8-inch screen with navigation. This is Sync 4, as I'm told. So you got wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. The actual usability of the screen is really nice. It's actually really, really responsive. Like, look at that. That's almost like pretty much your phone. You got dual zone climate controls in this one, heated front seats, which is also nice. Fan speed button in the middle, tune knob, volume knob, your idle stop and go switch here, which is cool. Cup holders, nothing that you wouldn't expect. Yes, that's my phone case, I took it off. And then you can see the window switches again are gonna be in the middle because you can take off the doors, which is what you'd wanna do. Your mirror controls are actually here. And just note that all these switches are all rubberized. Again, for weatherproofing of this vehicle. All the materials are all just durable and ready to experience the wild. The front doors, there's nothing too interesting here. It's very similar to the rear doors, but you do have the addition of a lock and unlock button here. Now, one thing that's really interesting, I closed the door, but you can see the mirror stays put because the mirror itself is mounted on the actual body of the vehicle, not the doors. The reason being, if you remove the doors, you don't have to remove the mirrors. Smart thinking, and it also helps because these are power mirrors with blind spot detection. So that's a really good call by Ford. The front driver's seat is going to be a manual seat in this model. Okay, if you do upgrade to a power seat, it will have to be leather from what I'm told, but you have your normal levers that you would use to adjust the seat as far as incline, the height. You've got the bar in the front, so if you want to move it forward or back, you can do that. Now on the steering wheel, leather wrapped, you've got rubber buttons, again, that durable material. In addition to that, you can see over here, you've got your lane safety systems, you're gonna have your cruise control systems, that beautiful Bronco on the airbag, and then you've got this kind of a satin finish on the bottom of the steering wheel there. It looks really nice. And then you do have your headlight switch here, automatic as you would expect in a vehicle of this nature. And then you do have a digital screen in the front, which is cool. And the speedo goes up to 120 if that matters to you guys. On the front door panels, you're going to notice you do have these huge nets. So you do have it on the passenger side. I didn't go over that, but you do have it on these front doors, and these are actually quite a bit bigger. And yes, they still say lift on the bottom, so you can actually lift it if you want. And don't forget, you have Bronco again on the side here. And yes, this is a pull, so you can pull yourself into your Bronco. Now, one thing I do want to cover is you do have an American flag here on the shifter in addition to the Bronco, which is really cool. And this is start stop, so you have a push button start, which is really nice. And then let's go over these and these. So on this model, you do have your front locker, your rear locker, and then this is actually a turning assist. So what this does is it'll actually lock the inside wheel if you're trying to make kind of a U-turn or a super sharp turn, especially when off-roading. Makes it super easy and it's convenient. Again, these are all rubber durability. Up here, you remember when I was talking about those accessory input areas on the car? It's for all of these auxiliary ports. So this car comes with the auxiliary buttons, so you can put your lights, I mean, anything you want, you know, microphone systems, I mean, anything. You can put it on this car, which is really nice. LED interior lighting, which is cool. And then you can see you got your microphone for your Bluetooth and things of that nature. And then you see you got your auto dimming mirror here, which is cool. Not necessarily frameless, but it still looks pretty clean. And then just note all the durable material again on the inside of this Bronco. And this is probably my favorite view of the dash, just because you can see Bronco just plastered on the front here. It looks so cool. Now, I want to go over those accessory areas. So, for one, you got one over here. You see how it says accessory ready? You got it there. You got it there. You got it there. You got it there. Let's not forget about here. Nice attention to detail. Starts off here with a Wild Track decal. This Wild Track decal. In the mirror cap, it shows you previous generation Broncos. How cool. So, nice attention to detail. There's a mountain range with coordinates, wherever that might be. And there's an American flag on the shifter and another Bronco horse. If you're curious about the powertrain, it's a twin turbocharged 2.7 liter V6, 310 horsepower, 400 pound-feet of torque, made it to a 10-speed automatic transmission. Safe to say you can move mountains or climb up them, and roads, but you don't really climb roads. But now you do in your Bronco. Now, I won't be able to drive this one because this is a mannequin model, meaning this is the demo floor model that Ford gives dealerships so they can show off the Bronco to gain interest in it and to show customers what they're buying. Now, this is a fully production model. It's got 2 different sets of seats, but it's a production model nonetheless. So the only dealerships that are going to have Broncos are going to have either consumer Broncos, so ordered units, or mannequin models. Nothing in between. So I'm very thankful to get my hands on this, and I couldn't have done it without Lithia Springs Ford here in Lithia Springs, Georgia. So again, big shout out to them. Check out the description below so you can see this car and their whole inventory, because like I said, they've got more inventory than most people right now, especially with this computer chip shortage. So in saying that, big thank you to them. And also, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, also give it a thumbs up. All jokes aside, if you did like the video, do give it a thumbs up. And if you're not subscribed already, definitely hit the subscribe button. You don't want to miss a lot of the reviews that I have coming for you guys. So in saying that, I'll see you guys on the next review.